I grew up as a missionary kid, as an MK. My parents were missionaries into South Africa. And so I was also myself involved in like a cultural ministry when I was a teenager. But it was only when I was 18 or 19 in my life where the Lord really came to me with his light of the gospel. And I was broken down into many pieces because I had to realize that, well, all this life that I've been living with, I'd actually been living for myself. And in my heart, in truthfulness, there was actually no interest in God's kingdom, or I was not motivated by the love of God and the love for God. There was a time when I said, God, you can take my future plans, you can take whatever it is, I just want to follow you. And it was around that time that my parents introduced me to OM missions. So it was with fear and trembling that I joined MDT, Mission Discipleship Training. And from there, in that place, that's where the Lord also touched me a lot. He gave me the greatest healing in my life, because in the MDT program, there's a first month in South Africa called Inside Out. And that's where you deal with a lot of your inner experiences of the past, and it deals with a good foundation of your identity in Christ. It was in that place where the Lord has really flipped my life upside down, and I was standing on the resurrection life of the gospel per se. And I was just so excited, I was just so happy to just be with him. And from that point on, it really didn't matter to me what I will be doing or what I will go. But as long as I am with him, and he promised me to be with me forever until the end of days. So I was just excited to step forth ahead in the next step. And then I joined the next mission field with OM. And I think just missions is just a perfect place where the Lord can use that as an opportunity to reveal much more than himself to us, because we are going out there because we have shared his heart to share the gospel with the people out there. But we are also, first of all, the mission field that the Lord is working in our hearts. So I would like to encourage them to say yes to the journey and the pilgrimage that you go with the Lord onto the great adventure of the kingdom that we have here.